All right, I'm going to go around the crew here and get their opinions because we got loaded lines, but I'll start taking your calls to start off hour 2 here. So I appreciate everybody waiting out there. 877-996-6369. The Outkick jury will weigh in next. Danny G, are you ultimately alighting on suspension? Or a fine?
Yes, because ultimately I think it was meant to be derogatory.
Okay, what about you, Dub?
Yeah, I think a fine at a minimum, and I think the argument, if the roles were reversed here, it would be chaos.
Do you doubt that Luka's his career's in question in the NBA?
It would be the number one story in sports for a week.
Yeah. What about you, Eddie?
I agree with Dub's take. I say 1-game suspension and a fine.
See, that to me is the easy call. It's not that significant because Montrezl Harrell isn't, let's be honest, that huge of an impact player for the Clippers overall. 1-game suspension and a fine. Then the NBA is sending a message that is consistent. Because now if something like this happens for a player and it is a white player and it's considered to be something offensive to a black player, then everybody's going to look back and say, wait a minute, you didn't do anything. I think everybody should be treated the same. I don't think this is a massively significant issue in terms of the way it impacts play, but I think you can send a message, pretty clear one, that race-based insults will not be permitted. What do you think, Roberto? Would you go suspension and or fine?
No suspension, guys. Just a fine.
All right, so what do you think the reaction would be, Roberto? So you're on board with the fine.
Yeah.
What do you think the reaction would have been if Luka had called Montrezl Harrell a bitch-ass black boy?
Yeah, I agree. I think it would be a whole different story.
But shouldn't, in theory, that be the exact same?
It should, yeah.
Did anybody think that all of this, whether you're Asian, Hispanic, black, white, playing on the basketball court, if it is a insult that involves the race, the punishment should be same across the board?
Yeah, no matter what side you want to try to argue, I don't see how you can argue that there's a double standard in the NBA.
If somebody would have called me a bitch-ass Mexican boy, I would have been more insulted by the bitch-ass boy.
Right. But you understand my argument that all 4 of those words, basically, I believe in the intent of Montrezl Harrell, were designed to be insults, and all of them were basically designed to be synonyms for soft. Right?
Yeah,
like
definitely.
You're a
yeah,
bitch,
soft, yeah.
You're an ass, you're white, and you're a boy. All of it is like you're soft, right? To me, that is one compartment of the whole insult. And if I heard bitch-ass Mexican boy, or if I heard bitch-ass Chinese boy, or if I heard bitch-ass black boy, I would hear all of those as one part of a whole that is designed to denigrate you on every level, including your race. Now, we can get into a discussion about why it's okay to go with, bitch, ass, and boy as insults, but not the race. And that's the one that puts it over the top. That's intriguing in and of itself, right? But I think fine and or suspension should have happened in the NBA. It didn't, and I think the response would be totally different if Luka had done it. What does the Outkick jury think? We will go to the Outkick jury and allow them to decide this. Plus, crazy story out of the NBA where they had 77 false positives for COVID. How often are false positive tests in athletics? We'll discuss. This is Outkick on Fox Sports Radio.